you're into Subaru things like snow drifting, off-roading, or vaping.
Do you vape or do you not vape?
Was this answer your question?
He's a vapor, that a boy.
The WRX is king. And if you like running big boost, burning oil, and blowing fat puffy clouds, you can't beat an STI. It's the car that dominated the World Rally Championship, then took to the streets to become a tuner legend. But most recently, it has us wishing for the old days, before it was tamed. And while we all know it as the turbocharged, all-wheel drive, jack of all trades, did you know that the WRX actually shares design DNA with one of the greatest supercars of all time? Or that it conquered one of the deadliest circuits in the world? Or that it only exists because of Subaru's failed attempt at Formula One? I'm Garrett, and today we're gonna get into all that and more. So, let's kick it into overdrive with everything you probably didn't know about the Subaru WRX. First, let's review everything you probably should know about the WRX. And I'm gonna do an easy breezy version because Trav already made an incredible ideal car story vid about it, which you can watch right here. Subaru was kicking around in the World Rally Championship with their legacy RS, and well, it was pretty mild. The Impreza was born in Japan in 1992, the same year I was born, along with the turbocharged variant known as the Impreza WRX. And when Subaru placed their rally hopes on the Impreza WRC, everything changed. Now, when someone says rally, I only think of two things. One, people getting way too close to the cars in Group B, and two, Colin McRae's blue and gold 555 Subaru. Subaru went on to dominate the World Rally Championship, winning 3 consecutive titles from 1995 to 1997 with the Impreza WRC. A few years later, to celebrate the Impreza's success, Subaru released the Impreza WRX STI. The STI had improved suspension and a performance-tuned engine and transmission. And after all those WRC title wins, Subaru decided to do something really special. They released the 22B. It's the spiritual equivalent of the BMW M3 CSL of Japan. It's maybe the most special Subaru ever produced, with only 424 manufactured and none of those designated for sale in the US. Now, some folks dream of owning a Ferrari or a Bugatti, but I dream of owning a 22B. And at least I can wear one with this limited edition Ideal tee. Click the link in the description to head to the Ideal shop and pick up yours today. The US got the Impreza in 1994, but it wasn't until the second-gen Impreza that Subaru shipped them in the WRX trim to American shores. The Bug-Eye WRX arrived stateside in 2002, and shouts out to that year's Hess truck with the prop plane. 2 years later, Subaru would finally give us Americans the STI, along with the Blob-Eye visual refresh. It was powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged flat 4, putting down 300 horsepower to all 4 wheels. Now, 300 horsepower might not sound like a lot today, but in 2004, it put the STI on par with the 4.6-liter V8 Mach 1 Mustang. From then on, the WRX and the STI were cemented as tuner top picks. And from Bug-Eye to Blob-Eye, then from Hawkeye to Stink-Eye, and even when Subaru spun off the WRX from the Impreza platform, it remained an enthusiast all-star. Now, there were low points too, like when the 3rd gen launched in 2008 and it was more of a passenger car than a performance one, or the ongoing EJ engine reliability concerns. But Subaru always did their best to right the ship, and keep that ultimate performance car crown perched right on top of its roof. That is, until now. The future of the WRX is in question. The newest Gen 2022 WRX didn't exactly impress, and Subaru shocked the enthusiast community when they announced there would be no new STI to go along with the next Gen WRX. And even though there's no more Lancer Evo to compete with, RIP in peace, the Toyota Corolla GR Hot Hatch might just steal the crown away from King Rex.
How you doing, Rex?
Were you scared?
But whatever happens, at least we got 20 solid years from the Japanese hooning machine. So, now that we're all caught up, let's dive into 13 things you probably didn't know about the Subaru WRX. For all its success, Subaru only entered the World Rally Championship as a backup plan. Prior to that, Subaru had spent years developing an insane 12-cylinder boxer engine for use in Formula One. Unfortunately, their Flat 12 fell flat, and Subaru decided to cut their losses and try a different motorsport altogether, rally. If their F1 bid had been successful, we would have probably never got the Impreza WRX. And speaking of F1, Peter Stevens is an automotive icon who did the design for the Blaubai STI, the 22B, and Subaru's iconic Impreza WRC cars. He's also the dude who designed the legendary McLaren F1. I mean, it's no wonder the Subaru Impreza rally car looks so dang good. But you might be wondering where that blue and gold livery came from. State Express 555 Cigarettes was one of Subaru's major sponsors in rally, and the iconic blue and gold 555 livery is thanks to them. It's why we all smile when we see a blue Subi with gold wheels. It's also the start of the tobacco-based lineage that brings us to the vape-tastic culture of the WRX today. And quick question, who do you think vapes more? Ram owners or WRX drivers? Let me know down in the comments. The old Impreza platform was so versatile that back in the day, Subaru used it for their compact crossover SUV wagon thing, the Forester. So many parts were shared between the Impreza, the WRX, and the Forester that Subaru straight up released a Forester STI in 2004, only for the Japanese market. The Forester XT is the closest thing we got stateside to the Forester STI, which makes a 2004 to 2008 Forester XT a good alternative to the WRX if you're looking for a fun, fast, all-wheel drive, enthusiast-focused SUV, wagon, crossover thing. Now, if you want another WRX alternative, for model years 2005 and 2006, you could buy a WRX that had undergone some Swedish surgery. The Saab 92X Aero was just a rebadged second-gen WRX wagon, packing a turbocharged Subi Flat 4, good for 224 horses. It wasn't a sales hit, and they sold just a hair over 10,000 Subarus, but if you want to stand out at your next Subi meet, the Subaru might be your best option. Standing out on screen, well, that's a different story. The WRX STI has appeared 4 times in the Fast and Furious franchise. That's more appearances than Oscar Award winner Helen Mirren. Sorry, Helen. Maybe you should have spent less time hanging out with the Academy and more time working out the Dirtfish Rally School. Anyways, it looks like she's set to appear in Fast 10, so maybe she will outshine the WRX after all. Just so you know, the STI in the name, it's not the same STI you learned about in health class. STI stands for Subaru Technica International, and it's Subaru Corporation's motorsport division. Also, real quick, technically from 1994 to 2004, the car was officially titled the Impreza WRX STI with little I. In 2005, Subaru decided it was time for that little I to grow up. So from 2005 onwards, the car is officially styled as STI with a big I, because I guess all caps is more adult or something. In addition to the 22B, Subaru has released a lot more WRX Forbidden Fruit over the years. The S-Line features some of the sickest Subarus ever made, all only for the Japanese market. Hits include the S202, the S206 NBR, the S207, and the S209. They're all chock full of performance goodies and special aero kits, making them some of the quickest Subarus ever made. Now, let's look at one other super fast Subaru. Subaru's factory team exited the World Rally Championship in 2008. But to prove to the world that they still had the secret sauce, Subaru had the STI team and ProDrive chef up a 600 horsepower time attack monster. They unleashed the beast on one of the world's deadliest circuits, the Isle of Man TT Mountain Course. The 2016 WRX STI came out on top and smashed the previous car record, completing the island course in only 17 minutes and 35 seconds. Unfortunately, it's not just professional race drivers who like to push their Subis to the limit. The Subaru WRX has the dubious honor of receiving the most speeding tickets of any maker model in years 2019, 2020, and 2021. Now the thing is, cars don't get speeding tickets, drivers do. So if you're a Subi driver looking to clean up your act, check out this video about bad driver habits here. And remember, always hoon responsibly. Now, I don't want to drag WRX drivers too much because the WRX community is doing some very important work in the automotive world. In 2021, nearly 90% of new WRXs sold with a stick shift. Now you might be thinking, they're WRXs, of course people buy the manual. But in a world where even all the Italian exotics are DCT, and you can't even buy a brand new 3-pedal Corvette, it's pretty remarkable the Subi community is so committed to rolling through the gears themselves. They really are the 3-pedal army out there saving the manuals. And if you believe in 3-pedal fun, I want you to pick up this Save the Manuals Ideal t-shirt and join the cause today. There's a link to the store in the description below. The 2017 Edgar Wright film Baby Driver opens with a spectacular chase scene featuring a cherry red WRX. The stunts are all practical, and it's basically straight up a Gymkhana video inside of a Hollywood movie. But to execute some of the drifts, the production team did the unthinkable. They rear-wheel drive converted a Subaru WRX. Now, this act of blasphemy was quickly struck down by the Subaru gods, and they killed the car after only 2 takes. So, the production team was forced to attempt all the stunts with an all-wheel drive WRX. And guess what? It worked like a charm because it's a WRX, baby! It's the jack of all trades, master of everything! And for our final little bonus fact, this is something only older STI owners know about. The STI used to come with a driver-controlled intercooler sprayer button. It was kind of a pain because you had to keep filling the reservoir with distilled water, but it was also kind of fun to give your own engine a little squirt when it got too hot. It's like having a little super soaker under the hood. Who doesn't want that? And now for the ideal WRX to buy, powered by the Ideal Car Buying Strategies, which, if you haven't, follow the link below to check out our free workshop showing you how to buy your dream WRX or any other ideal car. So, what is the ideal WRX? I'd say the best bang for your buck is the 3rd gen hatchback. Go for model years 2013 or 2014. This generation got the least love from the Subi community, so that's why it's a great value buy. Now, a 3rd gen STI will cost you more, but it'll also hold its value better. So it's up to you if you know that track duty is in your future. And that said, a tune and some minor mods should safely get you to match the STI at around 300 horsepower. So as long as you keep an eye on those head gaskets, push rods, and keep up with regular maintenance, it should make the perfect, fast, fun, year-round daily driver. Now, of course, the most ideal WRX would be a 22B, but they're basically made of unobtainium. So until I win the lottery, I'll just settle for a virtual one in Gran Turismo. What's your ideal WRX? Are you out there trying to catch as many STIs as possible? Also, let me know what other cars you'd like us to cover here on Overdrive. We got a couple ideas already cooking, but we love hearing what you guys want. So let me know down in the comments. Now, go check out Trav's video on the WRX, it's incredible, or watch whatever YouTube recommends down here. Otherwise, I'm Garrett, this is Ideal, and I'll see you in the next one.